The vegetables thrive, the drip irrigation sustaining the freshness and growth of it, but the main goal of the farm is to ensure a sustainable living.
Here I have chicken. I haven't bought chicken in my house for the last 5 years. I have traditional vegetables that I consume in my own house. So for the entire year I don't buy greens. This is strawberry. So you can pluck it and just consume it.
Emmanuel and his wife call themselves environmental enthusiasts, meaning they thrive to eat, move and live smart. Emmanuel says his efforts are gearing towards small changes to reducing carbon emission that will in the end have a positive impact on the environment.
So one day I took a tour of Lake Nakuru National Park. And we wanted to just go and see, you know, there used to be some very beautiful waterfalls within the park that were coming from Mau Forest. We went to this waterfall and there was no waterfall. It was a whole dry experience. And it got me shocked that many years of beauty could actually be wiped out by our own activities as human beings.
That was the turnaround. Now his entire family is walking the talk. He rears chicken in the backyard. This, he says, reduces greatly the distance traveled to get food, meaning less carbon emitted.
Consume smartly, smart consumption, smart eating, where we are reducing the carbon footprint of the food that ends up on our table. The story of Sukuma wiki that comes from Busia all the way to Nairobi and the amount of carbon that sukuma actually absorbs.
Emmanuel says consuming food from his small shamba saves him at least 15,000 shillings per month. He also makes natural juice from the trees he planted in his compound.
And encourage many other people to be able to live sustainably.
Mr. Ibrahim.
Emmanuel spoke as over 5,000 delegates converged in Nairobi for an international conference on minimizing environmental pollution. The United Nations meeting taking place amid concerns of a high number of infections linked to air pollution. According to the 2014 Economic Survey, at least 14.8 million cases of respiratory diseases were reported in 2013. The contamination is linked to emissions by vehicles and industries.
In terms of pollution, we are not faring well, but we do have measures to curb pollution. For example, we have air standards, air quality standards, on which we are working on. For now, it's just the issue of implementation.
The UN meeting, which takes place between 4th and 6th December, will address air, land and marine pollution. Kenya's ban on plastics will also be up for discussion in the conference that is also expected to be attended by 4 heads of state. At his farm in Kiserian, Emmanuel is a beacon of hope for the environment. He lives smart, having installed a hybrid power system in his house, using both solar and electricity. He teaches his 2 sons it's a better earth he wants to leave for them.
You see traffic jam in Nairobi. 90% of those vehicles are being driven by one person.
Reuse, switch off lights and water sources when not in use. Any little effort, Emmanuel says, goes a long way. Wangari Maathai said it's the little things that citizens do that make a difference. For her, planting trees was her little thing. For Emmanuel, it's the daily changes for a sustainable living that make a difference. What's your little thing? Kandie, Citizen TV.